Hi. Good afternoon, Tim. So let's start to the fifth general meeting of the Liquid Galaxy community for this year Google Summer of Code. Let's talk about several questions because we are approaching the midterm. And remember, midterm is lots of important because it's where you have to start to be serious showing stuff for your project. So we are gonna use some slides. Still people coming. Mark. Okay. So the thing will go this way. So I'm gonna present the slides, and if there is any of you that has a question, please use the tool raise hand and stop me. But things have to be short, fast, because we have a large presentation today, and it's a matter of not paying for 2 hours on this streaming. So take a look at me. I'm looking for Shiven that has just left the meet. No, you are here.
No, I'm
Shiven,
still here.
You are. You Meet says that you left, but you are there. So I don't want to focus on anybody because this is something is happening. But please remember, every of you, all email communications have to be with copy to many persons. Your mentor, me, the administrator of the project, and the Liquid Galaxy Lab, gmail.com. And if you're talking about some specific question, like the things regarding the testing or whatever, the Play Store testing or whatever, usually will be Oscar, or maybe it's another mentor or another person. Please, in all the communications, you have to send the email to whatever person, but always you have to CC your mentor, me, and the Liquid Galaxy Lab. And this is not just for making you work. This is because we are a large organization and we have to have the things organized. When you send an email to your mentor, I have to be informed because I need to know what's going on in general. But also, the Liquid Galaxy Lab gmail.com is accessed by many other mentors and part of the team from the world. Okay, if they want to know what's going on, the information has to be always on this email. So please, I don't want to be all day long saying this. I always send the communications, the emails to those 3 persons. Shiven, you are saying you joined, you left. I don't know what's going with you.
Actually, I have another device for presentation, so that might be causing this.
Okay, understood. Okay, let's continue. If any of you have any question, raise your hand and let's go there. Let's go talk about some things that are happening. Okay, as always, let's review things. I will be not the only one talking. Some other mentors will join me and contributors. So we are starting to test your applications. Oscar will show you in a few minutes what's going on at the Liquid Galaxy Lab. This morning we have a meet with, I don't remember which was the meet with, who was the meet with, Oscar?
The meet was with Manas and Alfredo.
Alfredo, where is Manas? I don't see Manas here. Manas? You see. Sorry, it's because I have the large thing with I don't see all the faces. I mean, not all the people is on the faces here because they don't fit. So, for example, you can see there are some people coming in from the Liquid Galaxy Lab. People from the Liquid Galaxy Lab, raise your hand, say hello. Hey, this is Mark and I believe this Jordi. Jordi, okay. So this morning we have a meet and there were something like 8 persons looking at the meet. So we are a large team, remember, but we are not only a large team of people in the Liquid Galaxy Lab Lleida, but also remember we are a large team of other persons collaborating. Just me say hello here to Saumya. Hi Saumya, how are you? And Lucia is always hiding his face. Lucia, say hello, don't be shy. Lucia, I'm looking at you. At least, hi Gerard. So there are more people collaborating. That it's out of the. Oriol is also there. Oriol is coming from. You can turn the camera on if you want, Lucia. Just for a second, just show us your face. Don't be shy. What means you can be in the street or whatever, but just to say hello. Hey, this is the way. Hello, Lucia. Okay, so remember, As we are many people that are starting to test your applications, for example, Lucia, that is shy and just say hello, is already sending comments on your application. So we have a large team of people that will test your apps. So what is going to happen is that you will receive in this weekend another document link where we are at the Liquid Galaxy Lab. We are starting to review your projects, and in this document will be the things we note about your project. Remember that we test against a Liquid Galaxy, real Liquid Galaxy. We have 4 Liquid Galaxies running in our laboratory. Mark will raise his hands. Raise your arms. Yes, this way. More up. So this is the large Liquid Galaxy after the arms, the 5 inches, the 55 inches screens, and then we have 3 more. So we have 4 systems, real systems, not virtual systems, to test your applications. So in this doc, continuously you will be able to reach this doc, and you will say that the things that are happen that are not correct, where we have issues, will be in red color. And then when this problem has been solved, they will become green, okay? We'll be the ones handling the document. You just be able to add comments on the side of the document. This way, your mentor, like Victor Carreras is there. Hi, Victor. Alfredo, I thought it was here. I don't know how many other mentors are here because I can see all of them. So you, as developer, knows what's going on. And from the Liquid Galaxy team, from the contributors' reviews, and access also to your mentor. Okay, this is the way this is going to be happening in the upcoming weeks. Another question, please. All of you, remember, most of the projects we are doing this year are related to AI. Okay, and has to use this logo. The Liquid Galaxy AI logo made by our colleague Xavier, or master designer. So as we are having problems, as everyone in the world, with the, I would say, very bad responses sometimes of the models, you all will have to add this string. I will send it to you. This string to your projects. Something like a pop-up just after you start the application and just after the main screen is launched. Remember, when you start the application, the first thing you have to do is show the logos. Stay there for 3 to 5 seconds. Then go to the main screen. And just after you go to the main screen, you have to show another pop-up, short pop-up, with this text. We have to make some kind of announcement that if we are using AI, the answers can be bad. And you know that those are called hallucinations. So this test, you will receive it, and all the projects involved in AI technology will have to add this as a pop-up at the beginning of their project. No questions, so I understand, you understand me. Fantastic. More questions. Let's gonna have a short. We have to try to be short today because it's gonna be a long meet. A long question. Remember that this year with the AI project, we have had some other meets about this. We are making some kind of research. The artificial intelligence thing is not, I will say, ready for main public, for mainstream, and we are testing, and we are not sure how the projects are going to succeed. And also some of the projects like the one from Ryan. Hi Ryan, how are you, from Canada? It's 8 in the morning for you, 8:12. Thank you for waking up as early for us. You are the only one now in this part of the continent, so you are the only one. Usually we have people from Brazil and from US, but this year you are the only one in this side of the world. So we are having some questions, and I want to discuss those with you publicly. Shivens told me this yesterday to me and the other persons, and he's using Olama. Is Mahinur here? Mahinur, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, don't. I mean, it's not my fault. The fault is that you are not appearing. No, you appear. Could you please open your camera?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm having issues with
Okay,
my camera.
okay, no problem. We know all your lovely face, so yeah, no problem. So, Mahinur, are you using Olama too? Mahinur?
Yes, yes, I'm using Olama.
So we have Shiven and we have Mahinur using Olama. Is there any other contributor here using Olama? Manas, you are using Olama too?
Yes, I'm also using Olama.
So 3, any other one? Manas, Mahinur, and Shiven. Yes? Who talk? Any other person? So the point about using Olama is because it makes easy for you to run locally models. I understand you're using Llama or whatever. But then Shiven make a question that he's using an approach that he needs to use 2 different containers, and this creates some kind of complication for us. So I wanted to know first, Mahinur, and then Manas, what is your approach on this? Mahinur?
I haven't yet tried to do the Docker container, but when I searched before, I searched that Olama can be installed on Linux server with just one command, and then we can use the command to pull the Gamma model or whatever model we're using, and then use it by the command without needing to do another Docker container. But I didn't try this yet, so I'm not sure, but this is what I found when I searched about how to use Olama in Docker.
Okay. Manas?
I talked about this to Mentor Alfredo today as well. I was like trying to use the Docker server, but he also mentioned the same thing, use a bash script and run it in the same container itself.
So then, Shiven, could you please explain why your approach of having those? It's on the screen, but I wanted to have a short conversation because we have to deal with this. If we have to use one Docker image, or we can go to 2 Docker images, because it will make it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if more complicated or less complicated to us. So please defend your situation.
Okay, I'm simply gonna explain what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, since we are all gonna use Olama, there are basically 2 approaches. Firstly, we can have 2 containers, first of my server and second of Olama. Okay, they are gonna communicate with each other and give me the response or give wherever the response is gonna go. Or the second approach, where I have 1 container and the Olama is running without the container, although that too has to be installed on the Linux server itself. So basically, the container would be a way of, how should I say, container of Olama is one way and installing Olama is another way. So it's basically the same if you do either way. Also, since this was also one of the way I suggested, that I will create a Flask server. Okay, and that server would be exposed to the particular port where Olama is hosted. Okay, so using that, you can access Olama using a single container. So basically, either you use 2 containers or 1 container. The amount of RAM or computation is going to be the same, because either way it's separate from the Flask server me, Manas, or Mahinur is going to create. Okay, and secondly, I thought of the container method because me, Manas, and Mahinur, all 3 of us are gonna give you Docker containers, right? So it would be better to create a single Docker compose file where all of our projects are compiled and ran simultaneously. Okay, and rather than running all those 3 and maintaining Olama separately. So instead of like having 2 places where you are maintaining our 3 applications, or basically my application and Olama application, okay, we can have just 1 Docker compose file where all of that is running and getting maintained at the very same time.
So I wanted to know your opinion, because we have to make a decision to not make the question more complicated. I also have to say something. We don't allow code to be installed directly on the server. Never. This is not going to happen. So we have to use the technology of Dockers, just because we don't want contributors to start putting code or whatever kind of utilities on the server. This is not allowed. Okay? No, not for you. Understand me? For everyone. It was something we did, remember that the Liquid Galaxy is 14 years old now. It's something we did in the past when there were no, I mean, when we use more scripting languages, something like Python, Perl, PHP. I say Perl, I wanted to say PHP. And then every contributor started to pour things on the server. At some point, when those codes were not feasible, not maintained or whatever, the server crashes. And this also happens with the main Liquid Galaxy cluster of servers. All the machines are servers for us. And again, we decide to move all the logic of the programs, the databases, and so on to the application running on the tablet. And then for the AI, all the code has to be run to the AI server, always in a Docker. Never we will start something outside the Docker because we don't want to mess the server. So the only question, and 10 more seconds for this, is that's the reason I wanted to know Mahinur's approach, and I understand she's still researching on this, and Manas, is if it's totally needed to have 2 Dockers, because this will, I will say, complicate a bit the installation. I am still unable to understand why there has to be two Dockers and not one.
Now, like after hearing about what Shivan was talking about, like all of us are going to use the same Gemma 2 billion model. So if we are using the same model, then we can have a single Docker container separate for Ollama, which will run the model locally, and then all of our 3 projects will just connect our ports there, and we will just access it directly instead of like having a separate Ollama downloaded on each and every container. So yes, I think it would be better.
So you will have, you mean that you want to, you are just, one second, Mahinur. So you're saying that an approach can be to make one Docker for the Gemma thing, and then all the 3 projects that are going to use this run against the same Docker, but this means that you have to collaborate on the code because the Flask server has to be there, I imagine, also, no?
No, we don't have to collaborate on the code. Ollama is running successfully separately. Okay, we don't have to change anything in it. We will just say to our application, we are using port number 1000, 2000, whatever, and you can just use it from there. So we just have to share our port numbers, me, Manas, and Mahinur, and that's going to be it.
Do you agree on
so
this,
basically,
Manas?
at the end, there are going to be 4 containers for...
Yeah, I understand.
3,
one for each project and one for Gemma.
Yes, so the Docker container for Gemma will not be any Flask server, etc. It is already present. A Docker image is already present, which is given by Ollama itself.
Okay.
So we just have to decide on a common port number.
And who will be doing the Gemma Docker? Because you say there will be only one Gemma Docker. Who's going to be responsible for this?
I've already done it, so
this is what I was going to say because you already done it. Please let's Mahinur, go.
Yes, I wanted to add that I don't think this is going to be very suitable because for example, in my case, I'm using the Gemma 7B, and I'm also using a different approach, which is Raj technique. So I think I need to do my own endpoint to have the output and the input as exactly like I want, or like, for example, my use case. And also I'm trying to use now something called LangServe, which is using Fast API instead of Flask. So I'm not sure if this is going to be a suitable thing for all of us to have the same...
Totally clear, Mahinur. And I already remember you told me that you were going to use this technology. So, Shivan,
I had a question.
Go.
Okay. As you already said, you have... I just had this question. Let's say all of us are running them separately. Right. So if there is one server, okay, you will be using, let's say, 4 GBs of virtual memory, graphics memory. Okay. And if the 3 of us are using, you will be using 12 GBs. See, there is the limitation. If all 3 of us are going to use the 7 billion, we can also do things like all 3 of us can use the 7 billion model. There is nothing wrong with that. But if we are thinking of using 3 different AI servers, AI models running simultaneously.
No, Shivan, that's an error. It never will run simultaneously. No, they don't run simultaneously.
What does that mean?
No, you say that those are going to run simultaneously. Those are not going to run simultaneously. We just launch the container needed for the application we have on the tablet. Once every time, one container, not all the containers. We don't launch the containers. If we are trying or using, we or whatever in the world person is using your software, they will launch one container, or say one application, not three parallel at the same time applications.
Can you please explain me a bit more about this?
You say that a question of VRAM and the three applications running simultaneously. You say that?
Yeah.
And I'm saying that this is not going to happen. We never do that. The applications do not run simultaneously. We launch one application or other application. We don't launch 2, 3, or whatever number of applications simultaneously. Go with Dan.
So I had a question for these guys using Docker. So have you thought about a multi-stage build where you can set up the base image as the Ollama environment as well in itself, and then use a Python environment and then reference it later when you want to hit the Ollama endpoint? I mean, it's the same thing which Mentor Alfredo told Manas, right? Manas just told me. So if you do this, you can use the Ollama in the single Docker itself, right? And you will be referencing it in the Docker itself, and it will be a multi-stage build. So Ollama will be installed in the first step as an environment, and then you can hit it later.
Okay.
Who are the question is for open or what? Or for the three people doing Gemma?
Open, 100% open.
I mean, I don't have any problem. It's just going to be a simple change in the Docker file. It's just, I'm a bit worried if, let's say, our 3 applications are tested or in some way running at the same time.
No, this is not
the
gonna
future.
happen. Never. I told you, Shivan. We don't do.
No,
we don't do this.
No. I understand the containers are separate, but the machine is the same, right? Like I have my Mac, so the containers are gonna run in my one Mac.
Yeah.
We don't have multiple Macs, right?
No.
So
We have
that's
only
what I'm
one
talking
server.
about.
We have only one machine.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The server has a limited virtual memory. And if 3 Gemma models are going to run simultaneously, it will eat away 3 GB, 3 GB, and 3 GB.
No, but
That's what I was
Shivan, we do not launch your Docker to run simultaneously. We do not do this. Those are images are not running continuously.
Okay. So they're going to run one at some time.
Yeah, this is what I told you, or tried to tell you. We use one
Okay, I get that.
one Docker image only against your code, or the Manas code, or Mahinur code, or whatever the question. Only one application runs at once. Only one.
Okay.
The other Dockers are stop.
Okay. I understand that.
Okay, so let's talk about this. We can continue with the approach you're having, Shivan. I only wanted to have this conversation to try to find if we can do something. At least Mahinor knows perfectly that she's doing other kind of techniques and she needs other situation. So let's go now do one thing. You continue with your approach of having two Dockers, okay, Shivan? No problem. Manas, you continue with the approach you're having, and you, Mahinor, when you have your research done, I imagine you will go for one image, but it's going to be okay if you go to 2. But I understand one will be enough. I just wanted to tell this publicly, and everyone agree on this thing. And also, for all the other people here, like Oriol, that is looking at their phone and not listening too much, just they try to, they get some knowledge. Oriol, I'm talking to you. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Oscar.
Did you close the presentation?
Sorry, 1 second. Yes, I did that because I wanted all the faces on the I closed the presentation. it's now open again. 1 second. Zip.
Okay, now because some of you have sent the app bundles through this week, I put them in the Play Store as beta, and this is some of the errors that the Play Store console has shown me. Some of you uploaded, send me the APK or the Android app bundle that you can put in the App Store in debug mode, and that, as you can see, it's not allowed in the Play Store, and you need it in release mode. Another one is that you can use the same version code if you have another already uploaded. If you have to update the app, you need to put a different version code. And one that was a bit weird was this one, the wrong key. And through a bit of research, I discovered that this error is when you try to update with a different key that you were using. And this is all the errors that we have for now.
So Oscar explained those errors just because the other persons that are still sending the applications do not do the same errors, please. Okay, remember, this is being recorded on YouTube. You can access the conversation at any moment, and also I will share the slides with you on the Discord. Thank you, Oscar. Vedan, let's talk about the mentor, the port thing, the ports.
Okay, yes. So I believe only 3 of you guys are using Docker, right? If there is someone else, then please hit me up. Okay, so these are the ports you are assigned. Okay, so you have to use these ports for your Docker image. Mahinur will be anywhere from 8080 to 8089, Manas 8100 to 8109, Shivain 8110 to 8120. Okay, and if there is anyone else who is using Docker, then please hit me up. I will assign them a new portal.
One important question is that all the applications of this year, those 3 applications, are going to run in another instance of the Liquid Galaxy AI server. So we have one server running the last year applications, and then we have another server ready for your new applications that are starting to be installing. This is the reason maybe some of the ports can be the same, because those are going to be 2 different machines. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Vedan. More questions. Talking about the Docker, some of you suddenly didn't know how to make a Docker image. We will talk in. Remember that we've been training you for months. You have this lovely presentation made by Rofaida. Thank you, Rofaida, a few months ago, that she did a large presentation. We have our very first last year presentation of the Liquid Galaxy AI server and the inners with Mentor Mario, Google Developer Experience Cloud. And also, please remember that we have the wiki. The wiki is running, made by Siddhar, and other people. Where is Siddhar? Siddhar, where are you? Are you there? I don't have all your lovely flavor. Siddhar, open your camera. Show me your smile. Siddhar has almost the best smile in the chat. So Siddhar, Deb, I don't know if Deb is here. I can see his name. Deb, and also with the collaboration of Mentor Vedan, and Mentor Jazz, that also help on the web ubication of the wiki. We have the wiki. If you go to the wiki and just write Docker, you will see that you have three contents that some of you develop, and it's on the wiki. Now those are very helpful resources. We made the wiki for this, to access to the information of the Liquid Galaxy, and you have the wiki, so please use the wiki. Okay, people, let's go. Can you please have a fast presentation of the Docker stuff, Vedan?
Sure. Yes, fast. Okay, so the first thing, please watch the earlier YouTube videos which were linked in the last slide.
Sorry,
okay,
I say fast. I say fast because I understand that the 3 persons, Shiven, Mahinur, and Manas, are already familiar with the Docker thing. Is that right, Shiven? You already done your own? You say no or you say yes? You are already familiar. Mahinur also familiar, I think. Mahinur, where are you? Mahinur?
Yes, I'm already familiar.
Yeah. And also Manas. So the ones that are going to work with the Docker technology, they are familiar. But there are lots of other colleagues in the community and today's on the Meet that are not familiar. So let's make a brief overview of how to make the Docker thing. This also has to serve to some of the team in the JDelicate Galaxy headquarters, like Jordi and Mark, that are almost going sleepy. Say hello, guys. That those are the ones next to Oscar and with the other that are going to install these Docker images. So please make this fast review.
Okay, sure. So these are my steps. Okay, and this is the first thing I did was made a Docker file. Okay, and what I was telling you about the Olama thing, do you see the first line? There's a from command from where I pull the base image. So what I was saying was, if I pull from Olama as builder, then it will install as an environment, and then later I can pull another base image. Okay, that was something I was saying. But you can research it later or hit me up later for that. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, yes. And then I Dockerized the model and API and uploaded it on Docker Hub for the users to download, and did not send it via Drive. Okay, don't send it via Drive. Docker Hub is the best thing. Okay, because later on when you publish the application, you also want the users to pull it. Okay, next slide, please. And I documented the API, which is all documented the container, which is also very important. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so some generals, I think you can skip 2 to 3 slides.
Sorry?
I think everyone here knows about Hugging Face now if they've worked with this, so
You
there's
want
no
the
point
next one?
talking about it. Yeah. No, next. Fine tuning is also useless now because I think the time is over. Okay, yes. So talking about this, many of you have doubts whether your model will run or not. So let me just give you a brief overview. Okay, this NV124 GPU was earlier at my time, so this was the comparison. Okay, but now we have the new specs. So can you just go to the next slide, please? So these are the new specs. So according to this, you can compare whether you can run your model or not. Okay, so I've used GTX 1650 for the comparison because it is common, at least as far as I know. But if you have a separate one, I will tell you what metrics matter here. Okay, so when you try to compare, the architecture does not matter. The CUDA cores matter because the more the CUDA cores, the faster the model inference and training will be. So CUDA cores matter. Texture units don't matter. ROPS don't matter. Clock speed, the base and boost clock speed matter only slightly. I mean, if your model is running okay, it will just make it a slightly better. Does not matter a lot. The memory, of course, matters, and power consumption does not matter. Yes. So if you are trying to compare it with another GPU, GTX 970, which is currently, then you have to compare mainly the CUDA cores and the memory. Okay. Next slide, please.
Let me comment one thing on this slide, Vedan. There is an error. The actual machines do not have a GTX 970. They have a GTX 1080.
Oh yeah,
it
my
was
bad. Okay, yes.
It was upgraded, and then also I want to raise a question here. We are going to grade the local GPU. This is an old graphics card, but this is the one we have because this is I would say a big server, and it's something like a rack, big one, and they usually don't have large graphic cards. But we have to upgrade the graphic card for this year using some RTX. I wanted to know, Shivan told me that you have a 3060 maybe?
No, it's 1650, the one Vedant used.
Which one, sorry?
It's GTS 1650. Mine is the old one.
And Vedant, you're using
I have
Same,
the
same.
3060.
same. And Mahinur, you didn't have at all graphics card. I already remember. Mahinur.
Yes, I'm working on a CPU.
Yeah, this is totally crazy. You're gonna get something like 10 minutes delay for get the.
Actually, it's like more than half an hour. Like for example, it takes an hour to get a response. So
This is not. I think that we are. This is crazy. You have to go fast on the thing of the server to try to test on the Jada server, because this is not workable. I will say that you have to find
yes,
a graphics card for some time. I know it's difficult, but you have to. Manas, and you, which one are you using?
3060.
30. You are the one using
But
30.
it's a laptop.
So yeah, it was a laptop. So we were thinking about what we don't have too much budget. I have to be true with you. We cannot get a 4090 Ti or other card, but the problem is that most of the models requires lots of VRAM, and we are not sure about upgrading the local. We were talking about this the other day, Vedant, I'm right. We are not sure about upgrading the graphics card, because we're feeling that this is a technology that is gonna last, and we finally will have to go to the cloud, and it's a little bit difficult. We are not sure about what to do. Any of you can comment on this, Shiven? Do you have any comment on this? What kind of a graphics card it can be reachable and usable for doing the thing on the server?
Well, I'm not too sure about that.
I just wanted to know. Okay, so let's continue. So, Vedant, sorry for the interruption.
Yes. And about that, I just pulled up a Google search that GTX 1080 has just 8 cores more than 970. So just look that up. Yes. And then the next step is what I did was build an API. No need to host it, no need for authentication, and preferably use Flask, but you can use anything. But your networking should be solid, because currently there is a container inside a container. I mean, there's a server, and in the server there is a container. And if you are thinking of a multi-container approach or a multi-stage approach, then that's also a thing. So your networking should be solid. Okay, make use of the ports in that case. And if you need any help, I'm always here. Next slide, please.
1 second. Mahinur, really, you have to accelerate the Docker thing, because it's totally undoable that you are gonna stay for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So we have to find a way that you can access the Docker image in Data Labs and use remotely the server, okay?
yes, I'm trying to do this as fast as I can.
Yeah. Okay. Step 5.
Yes, this is the last step. Dockerize your agent and API and push it to Docker Hub. Okay, and make sure to, while you are documenting the approach, make sure that while running the Docker, there should be a GPUs.all tag, okay, so that the container runs on GPU, and that's about it.
So also an important question here is that all the images have to be pushed to Docker Hub, not to your drive, but to Docker Hub. This way other people in the world can use those. So, and we
Yes,
are not gonna create the Docker images. You have to be the one creating the Docker images and pushing it to the Docker Hub. So I hope you three that are doing this, using this technology, have it clear. Let's continue. Last week, me and mentor Alfredo, where are you, man? I don't see you. Alfredo, I wanted to say, Victor.
Hey,
Open your camera 1 second. Or you can't.
I'm gone. Yes, I can.
So we were in Berlin, is that right?
Yes.
I can show you some images of you and me having beer together. And we were attending the Google I/O event for Europe and Africa and so on in Berlin. And Google introduces us to the world, to the new Gemma 2 models. They have 2 new models, just for you team working on this. Maybe you have to take a look at these models and use those instead of the ones you're using. One Gemma 2. So they're going to stay the 4 models, the Gemma standalone version 1 and version 2, with different sizes. And then in Gemma 2, there will be a 9 billion and 27 billion tokens models. And those are more evolved. Even they have a comparison. I don't put it here, but they have a comparison that the 27 billion model is better than Llama 3, and that's a lot of intelligence. That's a lot. So maybe you have to think about to use these new models instead of the ones you're using, because I remember some of you have lots of. It maybe it was you, Manas, that you say that you have plenty of hallucinations. So those are more intelligent models, more trained models, more deeply trained, and maybe it's better to use these new models. So it's up to you to try. Any of you have any comment on this? No? Okay. Sing a song. That's some kind of joke, but this is true. We have a contest, and we are going to give you $100 and some Google Swap if you win. Only one person has sent songs. So at this moment, maybe this person is winner if his song is good, or maybe there is no winner because the song is not enough. So please, you are still 20 days, less than 20, 19 days to present the songs for the contest. It takes seconds to create a song using the tools we send you. Who was the one that created the song? It was Ushiben? I don't remember. Who created the... Mattia, you did also.
I tried.
You
tried it,
You
yes.
tried, but you didn't send your to the contest.
Not yet.
Not yet, but you're gonna do. I don't remember who was the other person that sent already an entry, but do that please, because we will use this song in all the Liquid Galaxy streamings, and also we will say this was created with AI and your name. Okay, what else? So take a look at this shit. This is something secret. This is, I want to show you, because you have to know that we have to control everything, because we as administration of the GSoC for Liquid Galaxy, Google believes in us and you are selected by us, and we have to control this. Take a look at the persons, the projects, the mentors, the emails, and the flow of your work. Take a look at the red. So red is now less red. At the beginning it was crazy. So it's normal. When the project starts, we have always problems. Now things are better. But the point is that we have persons, the only thing that they do is controlling what you upload to GitHub, that you upload it in a daily basis, what you do on your workload on a daily basis too, and if you are having the weekly meet. So please do the things you have to do to reach your GSoC. And remember this, very important. Your applications have to target Android 13. That's API 33. And they have to run on tablets in landscape, horizontal. Tablet 10 inches wide. Don't try to run them on a phone. Some of you have tried to run applications on a phone, or some of you still are developing for phones. Oscar has sent you many informations with the help of Mentor Alejandro. We don't code for phone screens. We only code for tablet screens. And if you do it in a bad way, Mentor just also helped on this. I will allow you just to make a comment now. You're wrong. And then what happens that when Oscar sends your application to the Play Store rejects the application because they are trying to test it on a phone. And this is bad, because we lost plenty of time and you are the one. We lost the time, but you are the one losing the time and losing the opportunity to get the GSoC. Just comment on what you sent to the contributors.
So I wanted to tell that if you are sending your application and you do not have this particular support screen manifest in the manifest file, you do not have this particular support screen tag, then it will be checked. Then your application that you push will be checked by a bot on all the devices across phone screens and across tablets. And if it is not responsive for a phone, you will be getting errors, your app will be rejected and things like that. So we can actually just bring that tag into play, and then it will only be tested over a tablet. And I believe that most of you have already tested your application over a 10-inch tablet, target the API level 33, and are following all the norms that we have been telling you so far. So yeah, just make sure of that. You do not want your app to be rejected at a later stage and do not want any problems with your app applications.
Thank you, Mentor Josh. And remember, we do test the applications against a real Liquid Galaxy, not virtual. And also we run your AI projects with the Docker server, AI server. So be careful with this, please. What else? So do you like swag? This is me showing the Liquid Galaxy shirt this year we will have with the AI thing. I mean, it's not their logo, it's a shirt. And why do I say this? And now here comes another screen some of you are not gonna like. Lucia, are you there? Lucia. Lucia is in the middle of the streets of Valencia, or I don't know where. I'm here. You're not. You're listening. That's good. We have your face on the screen. So, what's this page? As I said, we have to be tracking everything. And then, before GSoC started, I asked to the rest of the community that didn't get a GSoC if they want to stay with us and collaborate. And plenty of people say yes. Say yes. Then, what is the work of these contributors? They have to make briefs of every week meet, and they have to be testing. They are starting now testing the applications. So take a look. The red lines means that Atarva, that is not here, has doing nothing. Pablo, I think, is on the meet. Pablo, are you there? He was.
Yes, I'm here.
So Pablo
But
has. Yeah. Yes, go.
Yeah, no, I'm here, but I'm driving. I cannot type it.
The question is that this can be a little bit wrong because sometimes it's difficult to track, but your name is on the red line, so we haven't tracked anything coming from you, not attending the meets, not sending any brief from the meetings. Not you, not Prashant, not Ashutosh, not Gozi, not Shashwat.
I believe my part that I've assisted at every meeting that I've been invited to.
Yeah, you were at the meets, but you didn't send any brief, any resume.
The ones that I've been in, yes, I did a resume. I sent it to you in PDF form.
You send it? You send it?
Yes, I also read it.
You send it?
Pablo's
so, as I said, I wanted to talk about Pablo because the guy that is doing this sheet is not today with us. I think Basilio is not here. Basilio, are you there? Ryan, you sleepy. I can see this. But the point is that I don't want to name persons, but the point is that if you want to get some swag, you have to collaborate for real. Okay? Okay? So to the people that collaborate, finally, we will send some stuff. And also, if you win something, of course, we will send you to. So, Lucia, you will get a nice shirt because you already have sent 7 reports, more than one, and also you have tested your very first application. No one outside of our Jada team has tested the application. You have done so. Congratulations, and please to the other persons. If you want to collaborate, do it because at some point, and it will be not a matter of 2 more weeks, I will start to delete non-working external contributors, because if you want to stay on the picture, you have to collaborate. If not, you will not stay. You will not receive any any swag, you will not receive any certificate. So I will have to get rid of you of the main photo and so on. So you already did that because I sent it to you at the very beginning. So thank you, Lucia, wherever you are. Contributors presentations. Remember, we have to make a short presentation from every project, and I said that it's only a speaking. So I'm gonna get rid of the slides, and now we'll have the order by the first on my meet. That is not going to be Oscar, because Oscar is going to present later the status of your project. Shiven, it's up to you. 2 minutes. No, muted. You're muted.
I'm just starting to show the screen, just a second.
But I think you have some kind of incorrect thing, Shiven. We don't want nothing to be shown on the screen.
You just said I have to show the emulator, right?
Are you gonna do that? Okay, go.
I mean, you told me to.
Okay,
so
okay.
I had to wait for it.
Yeah. But I wasn't sure. Do it. We are saying our infinite mirror faces. Now we see you. 2 minutes.
Okay, so this is firstly the final page of my application. All right, and as you can see, there are rigs behind this application. So what you're going to have is a couple of places. Let's say you are going to visit Delhi. Okay, in Delhi, you have red port image, and these fly-to buttons have two functions. One when you are connected, and the other one when you are not connected to the LG rig. Okay, when you are connected to the LG rig, it will fly to that position on the LG rig, show the image and some description and story of what the traveler did there. And let's say you are not connected, it will do the same either way, when you're connected or not connected, in this map that I have provided here. Okay, let's say I clicked on this. Okay, see there's a little description here, and the map is changing, and I think I'll have to connect to that first. Okay, so as you can see, the map has changed to red port. All right, apart from that, I have this voice screen. Okay, where you can speak whatever location you want to say, or you can type it as well. That's up to the user. I've made it so to make it more accessible and more wantable for the user. Okay, and this is the homepage of my application. There are two saved responses. I'm gonna add a couple more. Punjab and Delhi. These are the saved responses. I've focused a bit more on the UI part because I believe if it looks well, people are gonna use it. Okay. So you can click either of those to access that. Then we have an about page. Okay. And on the about page, I've added a couple of things. That's Liquid Galaxy, Gemma, myself, and GSoC. I can add other things if required or if suggested by my mentor. Okay. Apart from that, we have the settings page here. All right. In settings page, you can connect to the Liquid Galaxy. All right. You can connect to it. And in the SG actions, we have some actions that is clear right slave, clear left slave, turn that off, or things like that. Okay, let's try to connect to it real quick. 192.192. Okay, 192.168.201.101. We have 22.
We have to be fast on this, so have it ready, the demos, because we can stay more than 2 minutes for every demo.
Yeah, it will just take a second. Okay, now I'm connecting to the LG rig. Okay, so it also informs you if it's connecting and if there is any problem, like authentication or anything like that. Okay, I've added that feature. It will do the same for the LG actions. If you are not connected to the LG rig, you will not be able to click those buttons. Okay, let's come to the home page, and as AI generation is going to take a bit more time, I'm just going to show you one of my saved responses. Okay, let's let it load. I clicked on Punjab. Right, here we have saved responses. I'll just click on one of them. Let's say it's Jallianwala Bagh. Okay, and Let's wait for it. There is some description here, and it's also telling you if it's sending the KML query. And at the background, as you can see, we are going to the place, Jallianwala Bagh, that is shown on the tablet. Okay, and here we have the traveler story with an image, and this is how it's gonna look. In the future, I'm also thinking of adding a tour mode where you can just do that step by step. You can just click on next and move on to the next one, so it looks better that way. Okay, apart from that, I'm thinking of improving the response a bit more from the AI. I think, and I'm going to add a couple more pages such as photo gallery and such that will make user more wanting to use this app. So I guess that's it.
Okay. Shiven, that's enough. Thank you very much for your presentation. Stop to sharing the screen. And remember, I don't want to stop you, but I just wanted to make public your thing, but it has to be brief because we are lots of people, and also because in no time, and this will be the last slides of today, in no time we have the midterm review, so all of you will have to be recording a real demo video. Mattia.
Yes, okay, one moment, I share the screen, I have everything ready. Okay, you should see it. You see it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my application, is almost 50% implemented. In the past weeks, I have built almost all the Mars 2020 mission section and the base structure of the application, such as the settings page, the service page, and the first version of the info page. Now we can look at the Mars section. Here we have the Google Earth crashed. Now we have a mission overview page where we can look at a general description of the mission, such as the launch date, the landing date. And if you want to read more about the mission, we can also click on this button that will navigate us to a web page of NASA where we can read a lot of technical information, and all this information are provided directly by the NASA. Now my computer is quite slow. We can go ahead. Then we can also look at the different rovers and drones used by the mission. For example, the Perseverance rover, that is the main ship of the mission. Here we can look at a quick description of the rover. If you want to read more, we have the button here. We have some information. We have a 3D model that is interactive. Now it's loading, but some improvements are needed in future because at the moment it's quite heavy. Here we have a map, Google map, that is synchronized with Liquid Galaxy rig, and then in both Liquid Galaxy screens, now it's not loading because I think it's quite slow, my PC. And on this map, it's shown the KML of the path of the rover. In the next week, I will implement also a section in this button, See Rover Cameras. I have a preview here.
I think we get the idea, Mattia.
A moment.
Okay. It's shown. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Here is a preview where the user can look at every photo taken by the rover for each days. And those, he can also see the different cameras views and the different position of the rover. We have also the drone, that is a little drone of the rover. That's loading, but I want to go back. Then this page is very similar to this one. We have a 3D model of the drone. We have a general description of the drone. We have a map showing the path.
Ingenuity
is the name. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
now my PC doesn't respond because
don't
with the
worry,
meeting,
Mattia. I think we get the idea of the point of the status of
Yes,
the
yes.
application. So
So
thank you.
now it's load.
Okay.
We can see the path of the rover and all other things as the rover page.
Okay. So thank you very much, Mattia. Thank you. Stop sharing your screen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciato. Next is Manas.
Okay, I'll just share my screen. Okay, so this is my application. I have like added the logo screen, etc. Now here I have like just implemented this placeholder images. Those will be replaced by actual pre-prompted things. Here like I have the drawer, which will have like multilingual support, which will be given in the coming weeks. So that is there, and here we can like search for cities. Let's say when we search for the cities, we get the city here. It is also shown in the Liquid Galaxy rig. And so here the data is being generated in the Flask API. So it is running here. The data is being fetched. So this is getting extracted from the Wikipedia, and the data is being generated. So until then, this is the skeleton which is shown. Also, there are like the visualizations. So this I'm like in the process of getting all the data. Then I'll just upload it somewhere, and I'll download it and then show the data to the users, because it will increase the app size. So this will take about 10 to 20 seconds to start. Using the start orbit also, the same thing will happen using AI. I will get the POIs, important POIs there, and create a orbit which will go through the different POIs. This I've not implemented this yet because of the voice feature. So let me just. Will take some time.
So what's doing the system now?
The thing is, it is generating the responses here. Ulama is running in the background, and it is generating the response to the Flask API. So it will take some time, local.
Okay, we don't have time to make this kind of demos now. Even if it's the Maginor, that's a joke, Maginor demo, it will take 30 minutes.
Oh, yes,
So-
see,
It's a joke, Maginor, it's a joke. It's a joke.
So we get the historical facts, the geographical facts. So
Okay.
some of them here, as you can see, are a bit smaller, cultural facts. So all this data is generated using the Flask API and web extraction from Wikipedia. So this is the current status.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So next is Maginor.
Yes, 1 minute. I'm going to share my screen. You can see the screen now.
No.
Minute.
Now we can. You go.
Okay, so this is my application. First, this is the home page. This is the connection manager where you can connect to the LG, where you can type the username and the other things. And this is the LG tasks to show logos, hide logos, and so on. And those are not yet implemented, the favorites and the settings. This is the about page, and it has the logos here too. But it's not loaded, but the logos are supposed to be here. And in the home page, here you can see I have already saved some pre-made prompts. so it doesn't take much time to load. So for example, if we clicked on any of those, so the balloon of this shows here, and then the visualization dialog will appear in the app.
So don't stay quiet because we don't see anything moving, and we didn't listen to you, and it's something weird. So what's happening now?
Yes. So for example, I have clicked on some of the premium prompts. So it's here the balloon appears, and then the list of points appear here.
Yeah.
And we can go to fly to any location, for example here, and it shows here in the Google Maps and in the LG both. And this is the balloon too on the LG with the description, address, and pricing, and menu. And we can also orbit around this location and stop. We can go to any of those locations too, and it's also synchronized together. We can also see every point here and prepare a tour to be played. So the tour goes to each location and show its relevant balloon, and then go to the next one. So I'm going to stop the tour now to not take a lot of time. And then when we close, it's going to go back to the home page. And here the user can choose to explore anything worldwide. So he has those AI touristic recommendations, and he also has the most popular activities worldwide, or he can simply ask Gemma if he doesn't want any of those, or he can explore a certain location. So currently I have only those two buttons implemented. So he can choose to use a map or to type his, and also if he clicked on the map here, he's going to see the address that he's in here. And then he can choose any of the AI recommended things to do in this location, or ask Gemma to ask anything about this place. As Gemma model is not yet implemented, I'm still doing the API for it. So I guess the next steps for the app is to do the Gemma integration and to docerize the model, and to also integrate the voice in the model in the app. I mean, so this is the current status for the app. I guess this is it. So.
Okay, thank you very much, Mahinur. Stop sharing your screen. And we are continuing, but first we are gonna do a jump to the slides again, because Oscar has to leave, and then we have to go to their slides before he leaves. 1 second, and then we will continue with the other presentations. So those are the guys, most of them. There are still more guys at the Liquid Galaxy Lab. You saw them here testing your applications. And Oscar, go.
Okay, I'm going to show to say some of the feedback that we have for the apps. This is more on the surface level, and it's not really in. We are not gonna have to say a lot of the errors or anything, because it's the first beta. So we're gonna start with the LG AI travel itinerary. Andrew, put the image, please. In this app, we first checked if the app opens. It's the important part now. And of course, the app opened, and we managed to connect to the LG. We managed to send data, and the app, in our opinion, has good UX and good UI. But in this app, the Docker image was not on. It's normal. Next, here is the it's the image. I don't know if you can see it, but it sends a pin on the location that it goes to. Next is the Liquid Galaxy Wildfire Tracker. We checked in very tablets. The app opens. As you can see, this is the main menu. The app connects to LG, and if you check the next image, the app sends data to the LG. Andrei, put the next image, please. In this image, you can see that not only shows the logo, but it also shows the fire in the area. In this app, some people have complained about the UX UI, mainly because the app is too simple and it's too wide, and it could be a little more colorful and have a little bit more work. And in this case, the Docker is not needed. The Gemma AI touristic tool, it was open, and the app connects to the LG, and the app also sends data, and in our opinion, the UX and UI is also really good. And the Docker image for this app is not yet sent. And in this case, you can see the data that it sent on the Liquid Galaxy. Then we got the Gemini AI touristic tool. This app opens on the tablets. It also connects to the LG. It doesn't send any data yet, but the app, we said that it has good UX and UI, and the Docker image is not sent yet. Then we got the LG AI Touristic Explorer. The app opens and connects. It doesn't send data. The UX UI is good, and the Docker image is not yet on order on where it has to be.
Hold 1 second, Siddhar, because Oscar has to leave. After Oscar ends, you can talk. Go, Oscar.
Then we got the LG ACE visualization. This app opens, it connects to the LG. When we tried to test it, it didn't send data, and the app, we can see that this app is really wide, and also in some of our opinions is really cluttered, and it's also in this image it shows that it loads permanently, and in this case there is no need for Docker image. Then we got the Super Liquid Galaxy controller. We managed to open the app, but it doesn't connect to the LG, and because it doesn't connect, it doesn't send any data. And in this case, the UX and UI was wrong, mainly because if you can see, the aspect ratio of the app is wrong with many letters going outside of the boundaries, and that needs to be checked. And also it doesn't need any Docker image.
Siddhar has just said that there is an error here because his application does not need Docker image also. So, go.
Then we got the space visualization. We managed to open the app. We didn't manage to connect to the LG, and it didn't send data, obviously. And the app, in our opinion, it has good UX UI. It's understandable, and the main interesting thing was the 3D model on the app. And of course, it doesn't need any Docker image.
Very nice one, Mattia.
For the LG Agro Task Manager, for the AAB that it was sent, we didn't manage to open the app, and we didn't see anything else of the app.
Where is David? David, you have a problem, man.
I managed to fix the error, and I sent another version.
Okay. We will talk later. You have to present it, but see that your screen is totally red. I know your life is difficult, but man, you have to push on this. Okay, let's go.
Then we have the LG AI fictional itinerary. We managed to open. We managed to connect, but when it came time to send data, it did move the Liquid Galaxy, but it was moving in the wrong places. because we tried to go to an exact spot and it showed really up in the orbit. The UX and UI, it has some things like if you can see the image, there's the little capsules that the text you can see it because it's blessed with the background. And there's some extra things like it's not really intuitive because you think that the little person icon is for the user and it's really for the settings. And the Docker image, you sent the Docker, but we didn't manage to make it work on the Liquid Galaxy server yet.
Let me make a short parenthesis here. Shiven, this does not mean that your application is bad. Those are very early applications. And does it send data to LG has to be green, not red, because your application sends data to the LG. So it's not a matter of sending it bad, because the important thing as today, as the very first demo, is that it sends data to the Liquid Galaxy. And this has to be green, Oscar, not red. And I don't agree on the app has good UX UI, because only for this question you say, when we tested your application, Shiven, at the Liquid Galaxy Lab, all the people said that your UX is nice. So there are some, of course, stuffs. We will be dealing with this in the upcoming weeks. But for me, those two red, almost everything has to go green here. Okay, this is most to show you how we are dealing initially with the test, and for you to see that we are doing that kind of test. So thank you, Oscar. You can leave now.
Okay, thank you all. I'll leave now. Have a good weekend.
So Oscar has to leave. So let's continue a little bit. We are almost done, but we have to go back to the presentations, and now it's turn. Let me go back to the whole screen. Let's see who's next. Go you, Siddhar.
Let me share my screen. So is my screen visible?
Yes.
So this is my application. So I have several functionality like chat, or user can generate tourist places, budget plan, activities, recommendation, local cuisine, and much more. Also, user can also save their favorite location locally. So this is about page. I will change the logo of that. So this is about page. User can also open Liquid Galaxy or my links from here. Then this is settings page. So user can add his or her Gemini key here. Then user can also change the theme of application and map styles and map themes also. Then from here user can connect to Liquid Galaxy. So I have already connected it. So, and here user can like give commands to Liquid Galaxy like HTML and all other things. So let me give you an example of getting result. So let's say I want to visit Rajasthan and my budget is $2,000 and I like beaches and desert and mountains. So if I click on continue,
Ooh, it seems that you are using a local Docker. It was not
So,
as fast, man. What are you using? Do you say this already? What is your technology behind?
it is Gemini. So we got
it is what?
results. Gemini.
You are using Gemini.
Uh,
Okay. It's been something like 5 seconds to get the answer? Well, okay, not bad.
it takes like 5 to 10 seconds.
Okay, not bad. 30 minutes for Mahinor, 5 seconds for you. That's good. It's good to know.
So we got like tourist places. So it will also sync up with the Liquid Galaxy. So there is a detail for a place, and then let me show you local cuisine. So I want to eat something famous in India, and I am vegetarian, and I don't like dairy products. So if I click there,
You say 5 to 10 seconds.
yes.
Good.
So I got like local cuisine. So this is aloo
So
gobi sabji.
you say that this
We
cuisine
got
is in the middle of the ocean.
so currently I am getting like geolocation, geocoding library. So geocoding library gave me this place only.
It's a good undersea
I
picture.
will fix that. So
I
I
think
think it
those
is.
coordinates are not so good. This is a little bit far from India.
So
or from the
actually,
place.
thing is like I am using emulator, and
Or maybe
here
maybe you're conquering the Pacific Ocean. This is the reason we have to say at the very beginning, expect hallucinations from the AI models.
no, it is not from.
Yeah, I know.
AI.
It's from the whatever API you're using. Okay.
Then I can like get budget plan also. Like if I visited Taj Mahal, Lal Killa, and my budget is $1,000, and I am planning to visit 4 to 7 days, and I am visiting solo.
I'm curious to see what is going to be the answer of Gemini with these parameters. It will say, you don't have enough money, man. You stay at home. Take a look. You detected error. Gemini APK says that this is not enough money for doing that trip.
So it sometimes.
Okay, we understand. Any other question you want to show us?
Recommendation. I also created chat option, but there is some bug, but I can still show you. So it gave result before my thing, but it is working, but little bug.
Mentor Victor is smiling about this. Okay, thank you very much, Siddhar.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure Mahinori is doing like, why I didn't try the Gemini project? I am getting 30 minutes answer from my Gemma local running on CPU, and Siddhar is getting 5 seconds to 10 seconds getting from Gemini Online. So, okay. David.
Yes, well, excuse 1 second. Ahora. Aquí, pantalla U. Eso.
No entere en català, esto te quiero.
Yeah, I didn't see the screen because my phone is right in the middle of the screen, so I had to take it out for a second. Okay, so as of right now, my application is in this state. There's a main menu, and here we can see the plans that have some task that we have to do still. So, for example, in this fake data that I have implemented in my local database, pumpkins are on their transplanting date, so it appears here, for example. And then we have here the robots. I have 2 robots added here. We can add more. And those robots, I can add tasks to them, and they will simulate. The idea is that now, once I connect here to the LG, which this works, the connection, I can go to the robots, click here, and when they are doing a task, go to the field that they are doing the task in and view it on the LG, which is the part missing. And regarding the problem that we couldn't open the app on the tablet, which is the problem that Oscar had, there were two main problems. One, I had a small error here in the Android manifest, and the second one, which was a big error, which I solved with my mentor Victor, and I was using an incompatible database, so I had to do it all over again but it was solved, and now that's the state. The main thing that I want to do here is just change the UI so it's a bit more complex and make it so I can visualize in LG the position of the robots, which is the main project. That's it.
So David, you have to run a bit. Your application, I think, is lagging behind others. So please focus with the help of your mentor. But for the next midterm and after we have the demos we will talk about, your application has to be more evolved because we are running out of time for the very first demo. Thank you, and stop sharing your screens, please. So every time we change the screen, it changes. Rohit. Open your mic.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna present. Okay, so this is my application, and this is my home screen where I have added like 6 different cities. And this is a feature where once the user will click on add city and whatever place he wants to explore, let's say if he wants to explore Kolkata, and here I'm also given an option to select from the various models that are available, and by default, so we can see there are Gemma 2 and Gemma 7B and all the other models that are listed. So by default it is Gemma 7B. So let's explore the city, and after exploring we'll be getting a bunch of different points or sub point of interest, and finally when we click on explore, so we can see there is a map and a list of the sub point of interest appearing on the left hand side. So as we can see, this is the settings page and we are already connected. So let's explore each of these sub POIs. So when I click on this play button, so it will take us through all these sub point of interest. There are little improvements needed to be done, like their images need to be added along with the place markers.
Si vols venir a veure lo meu, jo encantat, per suposat.
And this also should move, but I think there are some errors.
Nosaltres som un servei del parc, que, bueno, jo saps que fa molts anys que estic a casa teva. Som un servei del parc, que hi ha estudiants
so
que
it will like going from one sub POI to the next one, and iterating over the 5 different places that I have
told
the models to generate.
A les 11:30, a quina hora vendríeu? Bueno, 10:30, 11 hauré acabat la primera reunió.
That's all. And
sí.
I don't know, this map also moves, but I think there's some errors in this.
Pues cap a aquesta hora, entre 10:30 i 11, el dimecres 10, us espero i us presento el que vulgueu.
It's not able to find the coordinates. So talking about the other aspects, then there is the settings page which I have already shown, and here we have like this management where we can clean our slaves or whatever the liquid galaxy management tools are I have listed, and if like want to reboot, there will be a confirmation that needs to be done. So that's all about this application.
Thank you, Rohit. I have a phone call. I didn't attend too much to your presentation, but I know what's been your work, so I'm already informed. This is more to share among the other contributors. So let's continue. Every time we go in, go out. Brian, present us something.
All right. Actually, sorry. Can you hear me well? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my project is gonna be a bit different because it's gonna be an API rather than like a Flutter application. So let me just share screen. Okay. So is it sharing? There we go. Okay. Dismiss this. Yeah. So my API mainly has three things. Three features. One is a Grok endpoint where users can just pass in stuff to the Grok, so there'll be text to text, getting a response from the LLM. Another one is speech to text. So for now, it's just users can send in like an audio file, and we'll have like a transcribed text, as well as other way around, text to speech, where users can pass in text and we'll get back a response in audio file. So I made a very easy to use kind of API where with all the documentation of like optional parameters. And yeah, so let's say for Grok, let's if you look at Grok's text to text, let's say we have a bunch of models we're able to use. So let's say we pick Google Gemma, and then we can pass in the content, the text that we want to pass in. So we can pass in the Gemma model and then say content. Hello, we can ask, hello, how are you doing? We make a post request, we'll get back a response. And then, yeah, this is the exact same response that we'd probably get from like the Gemma model saying, hey, as a language model, like, I don't have any personal experiences. You know, how can I help you today? As well as there are other two endpoints, such as like text to speech. So if we go to the text to speech model and let's use the Google Cloud one. So for the model, we're going to pass in Google text to speech and then replace this model and then keep the content the same. Let's say, leave it as hello, how are you doing? We send it. Then we're going to get back an audio file that is going to be the transcript. I don't think you guys can hear it, but like, yeah, it's the transcription of the exact text. And if it's longer, it'll be audio will be longer, et cetera, et cetera. And then also have the speech to text endpoint where, let's see if we go back, we can also take the Google one for this one and then change it to Google, change it to Google speech to text. I have a sample audio file. So for this one, we'll need a form data. And can do model, get this key, and then upload a file. And then I have a demo file here. So example.wave file. If we send it, we should get back. Oh, Jesus, something happened. Oh, sorry. Video. Okay, if you send that, should get back. So the audio is like around 20 seconds long. So we'll get back a text and response. We'll just give it just a few seconds. There we go. So it's the transcribed text saying whatever the audio file is saying. So yeah, those are the three features. I think I just have to kind of finalize some of the documentation, like how to get like some API keys and like how to like fully use the API. But this is like sort of like the rundown of my project so far. Yeah.
Okay, just to remember the other contributors that your project is a bit different, and what we agree is after the midterm demo, you will have ready in not too much days, and the documentation and the code ready for other students, other contributors integrate in their own projects. This will be done in August, not now on the other projects, but you will have all your code ready for others to integrate in their applications. It will be integrated depending on the. Yes, it was working, Ryan. We listen to you. Any question, Ryan? No, we listen to you. You are not listening to me? So guys, again, Ryan's project will be giving you code after midterm and also helping you in every project to integrate their code on your own codes for integrate text-to-speech and speech-to-text. And also he will be doing an application to show up the demos of the whatever he has researched. So let's continue. Who else is still to be presenting? Rafaida, please go. Open your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, let me share my screen. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay, basically my project goal is to visualize the vessel from OpenAI's data. It open a stream of all the data live. So you start by selecting a single vessel, and then it display the info for that vessel. These info are categorized based on navigation details. You have also vessel characteristics and position details and physical dimensions. There is also an option that you can select the route track timeline of a specific vessel by choosing the date range that you want to show how the vessel has been working, for example, for the past 14 days. I have here selected these days, and then I will show it on the map. There is a media player for the vessel, so you can start working its route. Also, you have different options for the speed, like for example, to increase the speed because it moves depending on 14 days ago. What is missing here that I will be playing this vessel on LG rig. It will be like an orbit, but for now I have all the vessels like a place marks on LG. There is also all these details are also shown on the right screen as a bubble, and it keeps updating every time the vessel location is updated. There will also be in the next week I will be working on the route prediction. You will have the same option as route tracker, but instead of choosing a previous date, you will choose a future date, and it will predict how should the vessel move. There is also, after implementing this route prediction, there is also a based model for the collision. You just select two vessels and says if they will collide depending on the route prediction model. There is also some options like select a specific region and the filter the vessels based on their type, because every vessel have different type as shown here. And that's all for now.
Rafaida.
Yes.
Next to this, I have to tell you something, okay? When Oscar was presenting before the testing we are doing at the labs, he has to read. Stop sharing your screen, please.
Okay.
He has two different red balloons on your stuff. These ones.
Yes. It says that.
Hold 1 second. Let me tell you. So there was two red balloons. The one about sending the data to the Liquid Galaxy. I think your project, at least the demo we have, still does not send data. But I totally disagree. And this is a personal question. UX and UI, it's a personal question. Of course, we can lower it, and UX and UI has to be common for everyone. But when it's a matter of design, I will never put a red square here because I like a lot your interface. I mean, it's totally, I don't agree. The problem is that the guys at the lab didn't have the opportunity with the application you sent to see the whole thing. But you have been showing it now, and I for me, your design is, I would say, simpler, but totally good. So it's I wanted just to I'm pretty sure the other guys are you can raise your hand and say your opinion to Rofaida. I think your UX is nice. So don't think about this red square. You can tell Siddhar, go.
Sorry, I raised by mistake.
You what?
I raised hand by mistake, but it is a good UI.
Okay, Shiven, what do you think about Rofaida's UX? Not this one, the one that she has shown up.
Well, the one she has shown looks very good. It serves the purpose very well. But here looks like there's some problem with the loading or something.
This is a preview, so we are not judging you at this time. As I said from the very beginning, this is not a judgment. What we need now is that for midterm, and I will continue with this because we still have Gerard and Aritra to be demoing their thing. You can be ready, Gerard. Start to sharing your screen and appear on camera, Gerard. And the question is that the application have to run and have to run well. We are not criticizing a lot the UX. We are not criticizing the functionality. We are just for you to know that midterm is approaching and you have to have it running. And after midterm, the real fight will start. Gerard, open your mic.
Hello, everyone.
We see your screen now.
Okay. I will show my project and its current status. On the main screen, there are 3 main services. NASA Live Fire. This is a live fire in different countries. Historical wildfire from Catalonia. And forest fire risk for USA. Okay. First, let's look at the real-time fires screen from NASA. On this screen, you can enter the select country, okay, like Spain. And after press this button, the screen shows the current live fire with 4 hours of delay currently in Spain, okay? And if you want to send this live fire to Liquid Galaxy, you can press this button and we'll represent it like a fire image in the live fire location. Okay, but I can demonstrate this right now because I'm not in the home computer. I'm in the laptop and I can have the Liquid Galaxy installation.
We have already shown your application on the screens.
Why?
We already show your application running on the Liquid Galaxy.
Yeah. But I have tested this in data Google Labs. But today I can show you live demo. But after I can show you any screenshots.
Okay. So one important thing that you are not explaining, there are sometimes the other students, is that you are using live APIs. This one is live. So imagine all of you that here, sadly, it's happening a fire in whatever place of the world, and NASA has direct access to this information, and instantaneously you can see the fire here in the Gerard application because he requests the data from a very updated IPA from NASA, from Spain, from Canada, from whatever place it's happening a fire. So that's the nice thing about using real-time APIs. Well, Rafaida, it's Gerard's computer that has opened the loop. He's not wearing headphones. Gerard, we're listening my voice twice.
Yes. What do you say?
we are listening my voice twice because you're not wearing.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, continue.
I tested, but I am to log into Google Maps. But okay, this has a bad resources for this tablet. Okay, next screen. It's historical wildfire from Catalonia. This data has provided for Generalitat of Catalonia, and this screen it's going to receive the year of the historical wildfire, and after that shows every historical wildfire from my country.
So this is not coming from a real-time API. This is coming from a database you already have in your application.
Yes. Correct.
So to be on your own application is slow. It
Yes.
seems Machinor's Gemma.
It's a very bad laptop.
Working for a company that sells laptops. Don't worry, as we are not going to see the Liquid Galaxy running, show the third and last screen.
Okay, and finally, the last screen. It's a forest fire risk from USA because precisely APA only provide me this location data. Here you can write the address of any site of USA, for example, this street as good. Or another method to enter this address, you can press this button and show a map pop-up, and you can simply do a click, for example, this. And after that, the screen will show all properties for forest fire risks. And when you have this information, and if you want to send it to Liquid Galaxy, with this button, represent a red perimeter area if there is a risk, or a green perimeter is there is no risk. And these views, 1 second, I change the Meet sharing screen. This shows like this. In Lleida Liquid Galaxy. And that's it all. I will continue working with my project, especially in design.
Good point. Your design is still a little bit faulty, but I'm not criticizing it. You know that you have to work a little bit more on this. Stop sharing your screen, Jurassic, please. And last but never least, there is one person that still hasn't shown your application. This is Aritra. Yeah, finally you. Go. Open your mic.
Hello. Yeah. So is my screen visible now?
It is.
Yeah. Okay. So here is my application. I am actually kind of unsure why the Lleida Labs couldn't connect to the Liquid Galaxy rig, because I have tested it connecting to the Liquid Galaxy rig and it was working. So I'm not sure. I have to get back to Mentor Oscar for that. But yes, this is my home screen right here with the dashboard, and I can select planets from here. And first of all, the settings screen, very basic. I can input all the parameters that I want for here. I have the SSH commands, which currently they are grayed out. If I connect to the Liquid Galaxy, then all of these will go blue. Right now I don't have the Liquid Galaxy up, so it says connection error. Then I have the API key screen where first the main
Oh
API
no,
for
you're
my
showing
app. This is
you're showing
the
your
Play Store
API
API.
key. You're showing
I
your
think
API
this
key.
is even. I
Remember,
think this
we are
is
live.
this is a free API key, so I don't think I'll
this is not
face any problem. Yeah.
a good thing to show APKs live.
I mean, this is a free API key, so I don't think that will cause a problem.
Okay.
Anyway, so when I click save, it will validate the API key. If I give a wrong API key, it will also give the error. That is not a big problem. Anyways, so when I click save, it should be connected to the API client. Next, let's move on to the main activities. First of all, the KML builder. So this is the KML builder that I proposed. So right here, I can select from 3 different elements that I've implemented for now. First is place mark. I can manually input as I want, say like this, and I can just put whatever I want, and it generates a KML file inside it. Now, if I don't want to input it manually, I have a visual implementer as well, a visual editor as well. So I can click the place mark, I can drag it around, and then I can submit data. It will get all that data, and I can add an element to add it to my KML file. Similarly, I have polylines. So right here, I can drag this marker as I want. Say I want a bigger polyline, I can just add point, edit it as I want, and just go on. And then when I submit data, all the data shows up here for editing. If I want to edit, I can just do that and add element. That goes to my KML file. Similarly, for polygons, I also have a full screen for this. So if I want to edit properly, I can just do this. Like this, I can create custom KML files whenever I want. So just like that. And when I submit data, all the data comes in here, and I can just add that element. So this is generating a KML file, which I can download with this button. And I can also visualize it in LG with this visualize in LG. Now, right now, I don't have the rig open, so I have a video for that. Let me just show you that. I have a video testing it out priorly. So here it is. So as you can see, I have created a KML file inside right here. And when I click visualize on LG, all the data will show up in the LG rig. So I'm not sure why it wasn't working on the Liquid Galaxy Labs, but yeah, locally I've tested it out and it was working. So that's the first activity that I've completed. Moving on to the next activity, which is the Google Maps controller. So this has a few features. In it. Currently, it's not connected to the Liquid Galaxy rig, so it will show like a pop-up. Now, first of all, I can search here whatever I want. So this is the data that is coming from the GeoAPI key. So if I want, I can just click here, and it will take me to that area. And this is also a controller. So currently, as you can see, the sync to LG is off because it's not connected to the LG. But I have a video for that as well. So I'll show you it working with the LG rig itself. So let me just turn that on. So here we have, I'm turning off the, so as you can see, I've connected it to the Liquid Galaxy rig here. So that part is green now, and it will be synced to my controller as it is. So here I'm just moving it a little bit, I think. Yeah, so as soon as I zoom it out, it will sync to that place in the Liquid Galaxy rig. And it is responsive. As I move it around, it will follow that movement in the rig also, as you can see. Then I've just shown the search part here. I think we can skip this part since I've shown you the search part. Yeah, so right now I am showing LEDA here from the search bar. All right. Now next, the next part is the voice commands. So I've implemented a very basic voice command module in this Maps controller. So that is what I'll show next. If it moves to that part. Okay, I'm showing the search bar. Okay, so there's the voice module. So when I click on voice commands, the little mic button shows up, and I can give it commands. So as I said, yeah, so I say the command that is move up here, so it moves up, and yeah. So I have a few basic commands. So move in all 4 directions, stop for stopping that command, zoom in and zoom out. So those are the basic commands. I've also input a, yeah, so I have a very basic interpretation going on. So if I say it in sentences and the command is broken up, it will understand that. So like if there is a word between move and left, it will separate it out from the sentence and it will understand that command. Yeah, so as you can see, it will zoom out and all that is reflected in the rig. All right, so that is my basic maps controller for now. Other than this, I am currently working on the tour part of it. So if I just go back, tour management. So this is the screen I am working on currently. So I can select from all the different countries, whichever I want, and it shows all the states in it. So all this data is from a JSON file that I have stored inside the application itself, and it will show that in the LG rig. And for these, now I'm working on the KML visualizations, which you can see here. So I've created some nice little algorithms for like decorated KML paths. So first one is an airplane track that I plan to make. So like if the distance crosses a certain threshold, I want it to be shown as the airplane track. If it is under a certain threshold, I want it to be a road track. And if it is under another certain threshold, I want it to be a footprint track. So here's the airplane track. Then I've got another algorithm for a footprint track, which was the most difficult since it required a lot of mathematics. But yeah, so I'm generating different polygons for each of these footprints between the certain points, and it will rotate it as according to the direction between the 2 points. And then there is the KML for the road. And I think that's about all that I have to show for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Aritra, for your presentation. Let's go for the last slides. I don't know who has the mic open. No, it's closed. Okay. We have to end this, but still we have some reminders. 1 second. Come in. So, again, you know very well this screen because I've been showing this for several bits, but we have to be clear that times goes fast. I always tell you, it's a hard thing to arrive to GSoC, but GSoC suddenly is 3 months, and in the summer it happens so fast. So July has passed, and I will say that we have accomplished almost everything here. Almost all the applications are good connected to the Liquid Galaxy. So, but the next thing, and remember, I will say this is the most important thing now, is the midterm. Midterm means that is when you are being scrutinized by your mentor, by the rest of the mentors, by the administrators, and then by Google. And if everything passes, you pass to the second term, and also you get paid almost half of your stipend. So it's the most important thing. So remember, for July 9, you know this date from many months ago, July 9, we are on July 5th, you have to be recorded a demo of your application, something like you did today, but I will say a little bit better. I say 2 minutes presentation about your project, looking at your camera with your face. We need to see your face, and then 2 minutes explaining what is your project about, and then 2 minutes demo of your project running against the virtual setup of your Liquid Galaxy. We think you don't have, any of you have a real Liquid Galaxy rig. So, but maybe the guys in the Liquid Galaxy Lab, like Gerard and so on, they can do the demo for real. So 2 minutes looking at the camera horizontally, high definition, explaining your project. 2 more minutes demoing your application against the Liquid Galaxy, like just Aritra has done very well in his presentation. And maybe it depends on what is your status against the real Liquid Galaxy Lab. We record a bit on our Liquid Galaxy Lab and we add this to your presentation. So this has to be on your folder, GSoC folder, in a new subfolder called Midterm Video Demo, and it has to be July 9. I will talk a bit about dates in a few slides. July 10 is the official midterm evaluation, and this is the most important thing. You get paid and continue, or you discard of GSoC. And in July 13, we will show up the midterm demo day. So you will be sending us all the videos, and then on July 13, we will open in a pre-recorded way this video. If you have any question, please raise your hand and ask, because those are the most important things now, dates. What else? Then we are going to August. Remember, in August, the very first August, you have to have almost all your APK truly developed and ready to upload in beta to Play Store. Most of your applications are starting to go to beta and being tested, but this is a very early beta. And we will be talking about this. This is not the focus now. You will be recording other videos in the future. This is not the focus now. And at the end of August, you have for final coding, documentation, error solving, etc., etc. August 19 to 23 is the last week work, and on August 20, you have to deliver the demo day video. It will be the same, but you will make another demo recorded on your home. We will record another demo for real in the Liquid Galaxy Lab, and also you will present it live, not in a video. So remember, reserve August 20 for this day because it's the most important day of the GSoC. We, Google, and most of the community will evaluate you for this day. Of course, what your application does and what you did on this day. So you have to be present. And on August 24th, it will be the demo day. So August 20 is the day you have to send us your demo day video. And on August 24 will be the day you have to be for real, live, and then we will put the pre-recorded videos. Any questions? Maybe I didn't explain so well, but this is the third or fourth time I show you these screens, but are the same every year. Any questions on this? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. No? Okay. August 25, it has to be total delivery of your work, including the APK published on the Play Store, your GitHub fully updated, documentation, word log, and we have to have the published link of the Play Store. So also we will have some recorded experience. We will ask you about deliver a video with your experience, that how has been your experience in GSoC. And on August 26, GSoC ends. We will then, mentors will do the final evaluation, and on September 3, Google will announce who are the GSoC contributors that has passed and get paid if success. Parenthesis, I don't want any of you failing, so please, you've been selected carefully, and we confide 110% on you, so I'm pretty sure you all will succeed. And this is the last slide for today. It's been a long, almost 2 hours and 5 minutes streaming. Google does not allow date change. If you don't deliver on important times, you will be discarded from GSoC, and you will lose your stipend and certificate. So please, all the dates I told you, those have to be. We don't want to be going after you. You are responsible persons. You know that those dates since many months ago. You have to work hard because you have to accomplish those days. If you don't send something for Google on the day you have to be sending it, Google will not wait for you, because there are thousands of contributors and more thousands of mentors. The huge community is the whole community is big, not the Liquid Galaxy one, but all the almost 200 organizations. So Google does not allow any fail on the date. So please, you know the dates, accomplish the dates. Any question? Is the moment. We are almost ending, so I give you the opportunity to. I will share with you the slides. The video is already on the YouTube. I will pass to the others also. Gabri, hello. How is Zurich? What is the temperature there? Mentor Gabri is here. Alba, Montoya, Oriol, Saumia. Hola, Alba, ¿qué tal?
Bé.
Això m'agrada. Any question, guys? Profaida, Mahinur? No?
Everything good.
Okay, it's been a long streaming. Remember, we are approaching midterm. It's half the most important thing, and it's the most important now because if you don't pass midterm, you don't go to the end. Once you pass midterm, everything goes in another speed, but you have to pass midterm. Okay, thank you all for coming. Thank you to my beloved mentors, Jas, Bedan, Alfredo was here, Victor is here, and some others, some contributors, and all you GSoCers. Thank you very much for coming today, and take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.